Number 18. All right, reflection across the x-axis. So let's go ahead and start looking really quickly here. Let's go ahead and see what we got. We got some coordinates here, so let's go ahead and line them up as far as these ones right here. So according to this, looks like from what we see, we got K. This is going to be 4, -4. It's going to be L. This is going to be 5, 0. We got an M. And in this case of M, we're going to have 2, 3. Give me 1 second. I got to adjust my lighting just a moment. And almost there, almost there, almost there, almost there. Okay, we're good to go now. Yes, yes. Much better, much better. Okay, now, let's go ahead and take a look at what else. N. This is going to be 1, 0. Now, let's go ahead and line up what we want to do. Remember, this is the pre-image, right? And the thing after that is the image, right? Let me put that in red. I want to go with that. If I can get it. I got it. I just gotta work a little bit at it. Yes, gotcha. Image. Image is here. So in this case, let's go ahead and see what's going on. Reflection across the x-axis. All right, let's show you the rule here. What's going to happen? The x values are going to be like this. Then the x's stay the same, but the y's change to the opposite of that. So let's go ahead and show you what we got here. I don't know what that is. I'll figure it out later. Now let's see what we want to do here with the actual image as far as like how we're going to change this. K prime. In this case, we're going to keep the 4 and we're going to get a +4 here. L prime, we're going to keep the 5 and we're going to have a 0, which is not going to really change. We're going to have M prime, we're going to have a 2 and then -3. And right here with the N, we're going to have a 1. But notice the opposite of 0 is just 0. So that's what we're going to have there. Let's go ahead and start graphing that one as far as the K prime. So 4, 4. So let's see if we can go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. K prime is right here. L prime is 5, 0. Right here. We got M prime, which is 2, 3. So let's go over 2, up 3. Let me make sure I'm on the right spot. Oh, that's not up, is it? My bad. Down. So sorry. Could be worse. 1, 2, 3. So right here we got M prime down this way. And then we got N, which is going to be at 1, 0, which is basically going to be right here at N prime. Now, sorry. Now we're cooking. Put that together. Put that right there. Put that right there. And right there. All right, so those are pretty good as far as like, notice that reflection is over the x-axis, so everything just kind of stays bunched up. Okay, that is pretty much done as far as this one. Let's keep it moving to the next one. And in this case, we got a dilation. Tell you what's going to happen here. We're going to start out with the x and the y. And the dilation doesn't necessarily mean it's going to get bigger. In this case, it's going to get smaller. So whatever we have, we're going to have half of x and half of y this time. So let's see what happens in this particular case. First of all, let's just go ahead and look at the coordinates that we already have for 19. So what's this? F, G, H, and I. So let's go ahead and start looking at the F. Is going to be 2. This is going to be -1. It's going to be G. This will be 2 and 4. We're going to have a H, which will be -2 and 1. And then you're going to have an I coordinate, which is -2, -3. Nice. So let's do ourselves a good, let's see, a good solid here. Get this out the way. F prime. Remember, everything's going to basically be half of what it was. So we got 1 here, and we have -1/2. We'll get there. G prime, we're going to have 1 here, and then we're going to have a 2. We're going to have H prime. In this case, we're going to have -1, and this will be 1/2, right? And in this case, with the I, we're going to have a -1, and we're going to have a -1.5. Nice. So let's go ahead and line it up and see what the heck happens with this guy. Hopefully it looks pretty good when we finish. Let's start with the F. So starting at the origin, which is right up here. My bad. So in this case, we're going to have 1 over, and we're going to go down to, not 2, but a half. So F prime is going to be right in here. All right. G prime, 1, 2. So we're going to go over 1, up 2. G prime is going to be right here. Now, in this case, we're going to have H prime, which is going to be -1, and then we got a half here. So let's see, we're going to have -1, and we're going to have a half. So this is going to be H prime. H prime. And then I forgot to put my prime on here. I prime. So in this case, we're going to have -1 and -1.5. Let's keep our eyes on that. We're going to go to the left 1, and then we're going to go down 1.5. So let's make sure we got that right. So we're at our origin, go over this way, and then go 1. Okay, go right here. So that's going to be our I prime. Now let's go ahead and connect some points here. All right, awesome. So nice. Very good. This dilation is completed. So we're going to move on from number 19. 20. Rotation about the origin. So let's go ahead and get these coordinates already. Remember, this is our pre-image. Let's go ahead and put that together and look at those coordinates for 20. We got J. And this is going to be -5, -1. Then we got K. That is going to be -4 and 2. We got L, and that's going to be 0, 1. And then let's try some more here. We got M, and that is going to be -2, -4. All right. So let's see what we're dealing with here. Now, according to what we have, rotation about the origin, this is what we're dealing with. First of all, we're going to start out with just simple XY. And if it's 180 degrees, we're basically going to change the values to the opposites of what they are. So this is going to be -X and -Y. So let's go ahead and walk through these. J prime. And this will be +5 and +1. So now let's go K prime. In our case, we're going to have a +4 and a -2. Now we're going to have L prime. And this is going to be 0. The opposite of 0 is 0, of course. And then this is going to be -1. And then we're going to have M prime. And this is going to be 2, 4. Nice. So basically, let's go ahead and line this up, see what happens on this one. In this particular case, 5, 1. So we're going to go over 5 and up 1. So we're going to be right here, J prime. Okay. Now let's see what else we can do with this. Over 4, down -2. So over 4 down to 1, 2. Looking here is K prime. Nice. Now L prime is 0, -1. 0 here in the middle, -1 is down this way. Okay, that's L prime. And then we're going to have M prime, which is 2, 4. Oh, my bad. Got to go a little higher, don't I? Sorry. All right, now we're cooking. Let's cook this one. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, and here we go. All right. Now, pretty much that's the origin rotation 180 degrees. So that's what we're looking at there. All right. Good to go. Moving on to the next. Oh, let's see what we got here. Now, remember the sum of the angles of a triangle add together to give you 180. So let's just go ahead and take a look at what we're dealing with here. Okay, let's just line these guys up. 85. This will be 45. This will be 180. Like terms, we know how this works, right? So in this case, when we add up the like terms here, this will be 191. And so we're going to subtract 191 from both sides here and here. So we're going to get x equal to -11. I think that's what we're looking at with that nice little problem there. All right. Let's move on to the next, which is 22. 22. Now, notice right here you have a right angle, so that's 90 degrees. 50 plus 90 plus x plus 48 is equal to 180. Now, if we add this stuff together right now, this is going to be x plus, this is going to be 188. This is going to be equal to this. So guys, I'm trying to put the algebra together so I can hurry up and move through this wonderful problem. X is equal to -8. Any questions? Probably not. Let's roll. Take a look. Angles. If I'm looking at the angles and I'm classifying this triangle right here, I got a big one right here, greater than 90 degrees. No, I'm just messing with you. All right. So anyways, we know that's going to be obtuse. All right. I'm sure you guys remember that from back in the day. Boom, boom. Look at that. We got two sides that are the same, congruent. So whenever we have two sides the same as far as congruency, we're going to call that an isosceles. Isosceles triangle. Okay, so we're done with this one. Check, check. On to the next, which will be number 24. Take this, look at this 24. If you notice for this one, if I'm looking at the angles, all of them are less than 90. Less than 90, less than 90, less than 90. Acute. Got it? Now, let's go a little bit further. If we're looking at sides. For the sides, notice that none of these are the same. If none of these are the same, that means this is a scalene triangle. Keep that in mind. Got it? Check, check. Okay, we got these.